Hello and welcome to another edition of Brummywood Yammywood. This week we'll be previewing one of the Black Country film events of the year, the premiere of Doreen the movie, and revealing details as well of an exciting competition for Birmingham filmmakers. First though, did you know that next Wednesday has been officially declared Back to the Future Day? Yes, October the 21st, 2015 was the day that Marty McFly ended up time-travelling forward to in that second movie. Well, a few days back, that famous DeLorean car was spotted in Walsall, driven by someone bearing a striking resemblance to Christopher Lloyd, who found himself in a spot of bother. Take a look. Must admit, I can't remember that flat tyre bit in the original version of the movie, but I'm joined by Andy Lawrence, the boss of the company, and Pete Sims, who shot the video. Gents, thank you very much. Andy, starting with you then, are you the man that had the idea for this?
Absolutely, yeah. It was one of those kind of inspirational moments. Actually occurred in the shower, believe it or not.
Thinking time.
Yeah, a bit of free time. A couple of months ago, well, maybe a bit more than that. And I was kind of sat there, as you do, thinking away thoughts, and it kind of occurred to me that October was that time when they were coming back, and I thought how great it would be to kind of do something, some kind of production, something where we could use the car, maybe tie in a bit of branding with it, just kind of do something that kind of, you know, there's some synergy with our business and how we do it.
Because you say use the car, it's not quite as simple as that. So where do you find the car?
Yeah, that wasn't quite as easy as it sounds. It wasn't down the street corner. Sourcing the car was a bit tricky. The car itself is a permanent feature at the Bewley Motor Museum, but I sourced it via a kind of Star Car website. Got hold of the owner, had a chat with him, and luckily, just by chance, the car was up in Glasgow on the weekend that we were looking at doing something, coming back on the Monday night, on its way back to be shipped back into its permanent feature there. So I kind of sweet-talked the owner, had a chat with him, and he agreed to meet us at a kind of secret car park in Walsall.
Excellent. And just how secret was it? Did you not get some strange looks from people?
We did, yeah. We kind of turned up en masse. There was a whole team of us there and film crew with Pete and his guys. And when we turned up, you know, people could tell something was going on. So there was a sort of McDonald's nearby and sort of people floating around. Then all of a sudden this car turns up with this transporter, and on the side of the transporter it says Emmett Brown Enterprises. So, you know, a few people were clocking it. Of course, when the back doors open and the car rolls out, oh, it's just a lot of interest there from people.
So Pete, how was this pitched to you then as a job?
Well, it's one of those things where I'm getting used to getting crazy calls from Andy. We've sort of worked with him over about 7 years now, and yeah, nothing's ever plain and simple when it comes to his ideas. And it was about sort of a month or so ago, he sat me down and said, look, I've got this idea for this Back to the Future thing. And I said, okay, pitch it, go for it. And he went through this big spiel of this scene. And I must admit, I said, yeah, we can do it. And then I went away and put my head in my hands and went, how the heck are we going to make this work? And I said, okay, if you can source the car, we'll get involved, no problem, let's do it. And when he rang me and said I found the DeLorean, I said, right, we're seriously on.
Got to come good on your promises then.
Got to turn up for this. So it was very exciting. My guys were really excited by it as well. And it obviously, when we turned up on the day, yes, this transporter turns up, you think, wow, this is pretty special.
So who was the Christopher Lloyd lookalike then driving the car?
Believe it or not, it was actually the owner of the car as well. We had sort of gone along all prepared with Marty McFly gear, got everything in place, the costume, and when the door opens and Clive, the owner of the car, steps out, it's like the Doc. And he's in normal attire, and when he comes out, he says, of course, I've got all the gear. So, immediately, this is, well, you've got to get involved. So out comes the radiation suit, and it's the hair, it's all genuine. And yeah, put him there, and as soon as you put him on camera, perfect.
He's obviously
absolutely perfect.
I guess you've got to be like that if you've got the DeLorean.
Fills the role,
definitely. So how did filming take place, and what time of day did you do it, and how long did it take?
Yeah, so we all sort of en masse turned up on the car park at about 6 o'clock at night. We waited for it to get dark, which was about 7 o'clock, and then we sort of went all guns blazing. And yeah, we really got to thank the guys that sort of helped us do it, not only being behind the camera, but in front of the camera. Wayne, Andy's guy was fantastic in it, as you can see. And again, I think he was sort of thrown into the deep end a little bit, a bit out of his comfort zone, especially when we had to tape his ears, because unfortunately the light was shining through his ears, which he wasn't used to. But he was very good, very professional about that as well.
I'm sure he just thinks that's what happens in Hollywood.
It's all part of the movies.
That's what it's like. Well, I think it's absolutely a great, fun piece of cinema, and it's great that the Black Country has got its own little bit of history to tie in with.
They arrived in Walsall.
Are you both Back to the Future fans then, are you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I mean, we grew up in that time period, and I think everybody in the 80s recognised it as a great film. Great fun.
Really looking forward to the day, actually, because a lot's obviously happening across the country and across the world, and obviously it's so good to have our little film there that hopefully gets picked up and people can watch it, and like you say, it's a twist on the movie.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Now then, some exciting news for budding local filmmakers, because a Birmingham hotel has launched a new competition which is inviting people to produce a 1-minute movie all about the city's past, present and future. It's the brainchild of the team at Apart Hotel Adagio, which is in Digbeth, and to tell us all about it, here's General Manager Dave Amons. I can't go straight into this though, Dave, without asking you a little bit about what you made of the old Back to the Future video. Are you a fan of the movie?
Definitely, yeah. I would say that it's my favourite film of all time, so it was quite exciting to see that before I started.
So what are you going to be doing on Back to the Future Day next week then? Anything
Actually, funnily enough, I said to the wife, I saw the trailer that I think there's a Back to the Future Day on telly, so I said it might be an early finish from work that day and in front of the telly for a bit of a marathon.
If ever you're going to watch them back to back,
exactly.
It's the day, isn't it?
Yeah,
the day to do
I've done it on the box sets before, but yeah, on the day.
Anyway, tell us a little bit about you, first and foremost, and what your role is.
Yeah, okay, so I'm the General Manager of the Adagio Birmingham City Centre, and we opened on the 10th of August, and we are holding our inauguration opening event on the 12th of November. And so as part of that, what we've decided to do is launch a competition to local media and, well, anybody in the region really, because we are in the Bjorma quarter of Birmingham, which has quite a historical significance. So, yeah. So
you're looking really then for local movie makers to encapsulate something about that history or about that particular area of Birmingham and what they do?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it'll be nice to kind of see what people what take they can do on it and what ideas they come up with. But yeah, it's about Bjorma past, present and future. Like I say, we're in the Bjorma quarter, and Bjorma is the name of one of the original tribes that settled in the Digbeth area and kind of formed the city really. So yeah, it's kind of got quite a historical significance, and then Digbeth became, very renowned for the industrial area, and we're kind of part of what forms the future. So we're part of phase 1 of quite a big development in the area. So yeah, it's kind of looking at sort of past, present and future and seeing how they can encapsulate that in a 1-minute video.
So what is it you want people to do then? How do they get involved?
Basically, yeah, it's a 1-minute video to use their imagination, see what they can do to kind of encapsulate that past, present and future theme message, and Digbeth and where we are. And yes, if they send the entries into Bjorma at mason-williams.com, and Bjorma's Beorma, And yeah, hopefully we could get some good entries. We've already had some media students looking around this afternoon just to see the area and obviously see where we are, see the Apart Hotel. And yeah, we'll shortlist that, hopefully show some of the films during our opening event on the 12th of November, select a winner from that, and the prize is £500 spending money and a 2-night stay at either the Adagio Birmingham, or we have a sister property in Liverpool. So
well, hopefully as well, we can certainly show the winning entry here on the Brummywood Yammywood show. I think it'd be great to show. This is what the show's all about: showcasing the work of local movie makers. So,
I mean, the idea is to, you know, the shortlisted candidates will be invited to the event. Their videos will be playing on the screens, and on the evening we'll select the winner, and then we can follow that hopefully with by bringing them in.
So once more then, Dave, what's the email address if people want to get involved?
It's bjorma@mason-williams.com.
Brilliant. Thank you for coming in. Good luck. Let's hope we get lots of interesting entries, because there's lots of great local movie makers around, I know.
Thank you for your time.
After the break, black country filmmaker David Tristram will be joining us to talk about the world premiere of Doreen the movie this weekend. Welcome back. Time now to turn our attention to one of the Black Country's movie events of the year. Doreen the movie gets its first screening at the Lighthouse Cinema in Wolverhampton this weekend, and tickets for that, plus several other local screenings, are sold out. It seems we just can't get enough of the lovable layabout who suffers from lazy cow syndrome and can't be bothered to get a job. Keep a lookout for some famous local faces in this trailer.
It's the movie that the whole of the West Midlands has been waiting for. The heartwarming story of a hard-working family.
You get working tax credit.
Yeah.
But that's for people who work. Have you got any experience in the manufacturing industries?
No.
What about general IT skills?
No. I mean, working people shouldn't be getting benefits, should they? They should be able to support themselves, instead of sponging off the likes of us.
Bookkeeping?
No.
Telesales?
No.
Word? PowerPoint?
Working in a general office environment?
No.
Are you familiar with spreadsheets?
Aye.
Do you speak any foreign languages?
No.
Have you ever done any commercial cleaning?
No.
Have you ever done any domestic cleaning?
No.
Have you ever done anything?
No.
Is your mother called Doreen?
Doreen. The story of one woman's eternal struggle against everything.
Let me ball back, missus.
I'll stick a knife through it next time.
This is a movie full of surprises.
You having a spit of some bloke off the telly?
I get that all the time.
A movie which asks all the hard questions.
Would you care for a little bitumen slapped up your alley?
A story of humanity.
I think Miriam's here, though. Go and wheel her into the front room, Doris, because it keeps putting skid marks on this floor.
A story which spans the generations.
Put your ear in hiding, Miriam.
A story of personal sacrifice.
I mean, I come over here, Doris, and I take all the jobs.
A thrilling adventure.
Come on, why are you joining in?
Because it's boring the off me mother.
A movie which explores the unique bond between a mother and daughter.
Mother, will you off?
From Flying Ducks Films comes a movie that speaks to the nation, even though most of the nation won't understand a single word.
I ain't very cakey neither. Am you cakey, Miriam? Oh, I heard it's a cakey.
Because this is a movie set in a land that time forgot, in the heart of the Black Country in England, nowhere near Hollywood.
Where am we, Jack?
West Bromwich.
It's the feel-good movie event of the year, which tests the human spirit to the limits of its endurance. Doreen, the movie.
I'm just off outside to shoot myself.
It's just like a Hollywood comedy, only funny.
Well, I'm delighted to be joined now by the creator and director of Doreen, David Tristram. David, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
I love the fact that actually the story of Doreen almost came about by accident, didn't it?
It was an accident. It was a serious monologue I was doing for an insurance company, and I got actress Jill Jordan in to do the part, and we just had this mischievous idea of spoofing it at the end, put it on YouTube as a joke, and 1.5 million hits later realised that the character had more potential.
And so you just invented that pretty much between the two of you, just on the spot?
Yeah, it was literally 10 minutes written. She came in the next day, disappeared into the toilet, emerged as Dory, and we did it. That was it.
Absolutely. And like you say, I mean, it went 1.5 million people all over the world, wasn't it? I mean,
yeah,
you're getting
it was
feedback from
strange countries and America. Not that America's a strange country, but I heard a story that George Bush's speechwriter actually referenced it once. It's something he said.
I'd love to know what the Americans actually made of it all.
Yeah.
So then presumably you digest the fact that so many people have watched this online and you think, right, we might be onto something here.
Well, we realised the potential of the character, and then I wrote a stage show which we toured around the Midlands, and that kept selling out. We kept adding more dates, kept selling out, so the appetite for Doreen seemed to be never ending. So the movie came about as a way of wanting to try and capture that stage show and extra material for posterity.
Because that's very similar to, I know, the other main character that you put onto celluloid is Inspector Drake, isn't it? And that was the same, a stage show where you were looking to...
Yeah, that started off as a stage show, as you say, and then for posterity, for a 25th anniversary of the theatre company, I made that into a film, yeah.
And Jill Jordan's been delighted to come with you every step of the way, has she?
Yeah, we're becoming a bit of a double act now. We've done 2 stage shows, actually, as well as the film.
And of course, I mean, she is a very, very talented actress, isn't she? You know, because I think in the clip that we'll see in a moment, she actually plays 3 different roles, doesn't she?
Yeah, I think she's at home doing characters, different characters, chameleon-like, and the Doreen character is just one, as you say, of several characters that she actually appears as during the movie.
Well, let's have a little look at this.
Welcome to the Midlands News Desk. I'm Nadreen Hadranakasakawala. The government today unveiled details of its plan to put a cap on migrants. The cap will be colour-coded according to the country they're from, and police say it should help them stand out on CCTV. Now, here's all your sport with Token Shamal. Token. Oh, thanks, Nadreen. Well, we had quite a big footy match today, didn't we? With the guys in red playing the team in the blue tops with the nice white piping. Pretty boring first half, if I'm honest, and no goals as far as I could see. Then in the second half, my friend Amy rang and I lost touch with it after that. That's all your sport. Back to you, Nadreen. Thanks, Token.
Fabulous, I love it. It looks like, I mean, when you see the clips and the trailers, that it was a fantastically fun film to make. Is that okay?
I think it was fairly fun to do. Yes, it was stressful as well because, as all indie films are, you're understaffed to do, so you had to take on too many jobs. So the stress was there, but the fun comes out at the end. Yeah.
What size of production was it then? How many people were involved in the whole making of it?
There was about 2.5 people plus the actors. That was it, really.
All doing it in their own spare time.
Absolutely,
while trying to hold down a day job and keep a family going and get some sleep and all of those sort of things. Did the script evolve during filming, or did you have it all nailed down at the start?
It evolved to a certain extent through the limitations of having no budget, because certain times I had to rewrite things to match the resources we'd got. Whereas in Hollywood land, I suppose they just build to match the script. We had to change the script to match the build. So.
And we saw in the trailer some familiar faces, good old Stevie Ball, Nick Owen from BBC Midlands today, Robert Plant. How did you get those people involved in it?
We asked them nicely. I thought it would be a nice idea to get some sort of icons, black country icons, and I would have liked more. I would have had Frank Skinner and a few others if I could have got through to them, but those 3 responded positively, so it was good fun. And
then clearly entered into the spirit and get what it's all about. So
they were naturals, I should say.
Well, the next clip that we've got to look at is, and I love the fact that it pokes a little bit of fun at the rivalry, if you like, between the Birmingham and the Black Country clans. Let's have another look at this.
Well, I suppose technically our Jack's a foreigner, being a Brummie.
Oh, but I think he's been accepted into the community now, Doris.
I'll tell you what though, Dor, it was like that at the beginning.
No.
When we was first going out, my father had some right bust-ups with our Jack.
Is he all right with him now, though?
Well, he's dead now, so things have calmed down a bit. You would have seen his face the first time I told him I wanted to get married, though.
It's a wonder he let you.
It was a struggle. He only consented after he made Jack renounce his religion and support the wolves.
Oh, they were strict in them days.
There was, and he made him learn the language.
And that's Doris, isn't it? Is that
that's Doris.
Doreen
yes,
as well?
Doreen's right-hand woman.
Excellent. Yes. Are they neighbours? Is that how it works?
They're neighbours. Lifelong neighbours and friends, yes. And Doris does absolutely everything for Doreen because someone has to. So she starts off as the ironing lady and then becomes everything, secretary, PA. you name it.
And does it so cheerfully and quite happily by the looks
Yeah,
of
she's a proper trooper, our Doris. Yeah.
Who's the actress who plays Doris?
Jackie Fellows, one of the Fizzogs, if you know the Fizzogs, I'm sure you do.
And a familiar face on Big Centre TV.
Indeed,
so.
yeah.
Excellent stuff. Now, the premiere of the movie is at the Lighthouse Cinema in Wolverhampton this weekend. That's sold out. You've got various other screenings planned. Tell us a bit about those.
Yeah, we're going 3 nights in a row. We're going to Bridge North the next night to the Majestic Cinema in Bridge North, which is also sold out. And then we're at the Garrick Theatre in Lichfield, which is like a 600-seater auditorium, and that's sold out as well. So it's going quite well, I think. We've got Stafford thereafter, a few seats left for Stafford. I've just added Netherton Arts Centre because people wanted a Black Country venue to be added. And we're going to Bromsgrove, the Artrix, and that's sold out as well.
The appetite for Doreen is never ending.
Insatiable.
Good luck with the premiere.
I
shall be there. I'm looking forward to seeing it, and I'll be reporting back on Big Centre next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, that's all we've got time for this week. Next Friday, though, we have a special James Bond-themed edition of the show as we go behind the scenes of the set of the new 007 adventure Spectre for your eyes only right here on Big Centre TV. Playing us out, though, this week is a look at Days Out family fun, Doreen style. See you soon.
What about this one? A fabulous day out for the whole family, just 23 miles from Newport.
Paperweight World.
Well, it's won awards.
Doris, we are not going on a 46-mile round trip to watch paperweights.
You said that about Wasp World, but it was a lot better than you thought it was going to be.
Was it?
Well, I thought it was. Where else can you get that close to wasps?
Try the bins at the end of the field.
No, but it won't like that though, Tro, because you could get really close to them without getting stung.
We got stung to get in, Doris.
Oh, you got a answer for everything, you have.